Hello, my name is Kiriath, and today we are going to take a look at the Dal'yth Sept stuff for the Tau, continuing our look at the Tau Empire preview. And to be honest, I quite like it. I quite like this one so far. I mean, I've only read a bit of it. I want to discover the rest of it along with you. But I took a glance at the tenet just to warm up, and I do quite like it. So let's have a quick look. So Dal'yth are essentially all stealthy, all fancy with the stealth stuff, as they say. Mastered stealth field technology. Well, all but mastered. They're good at it. They're decent. So their tenet is adaptive camouflage, which is the Dal'yth Sept. The Tau of Dal'yth prize victory at any cost, and have mastered the art of sudden ambushes and elaborate traps. They utilise adaptive camouflage fields to elude and disorient their foes. Excellent use of the word elude there, liking that. A unit with this tenet that does not man to strike, move, fall back, charge, pile in, or consolidate in its turn may claim the benefit of cover in the opponent's subsequent turn, even while in the open. Essentially, don't go anywhere and you get cover even when you don't have cover. I quite like it. It fits the stealth side of things. It does kind of, it very much fits the idea of someone looking and seeing something right there and going, I know exactly where you are, and then finding, oh no, wait, they've been messing with whatever, some sort of, you could go full Star Trek with it, like a refractor field or something to throw off your line of sight. I don't know what refractor means, just made that up. Not the word, that probably is a word, but who knows what it means. Basically, I quite like this. It fits, again, what they've given them, and as they point out, it will bring things like Fire Warriors up to a 3+ save, and Crisis Battlesuits up to a 2+ save. They are, for this article, unsurprisingly, given that it's all about that stealth stuff, pushing the Ghost Keel Battlesuit, the XV95. Got to give it its full title. You don't really. To be honest, I've always liked the design of the Ghost Keel. It just looks cool. It doesn't look stealthy in any way to me personally, but it looks badass. It's one of those Tau units where if ever I were to start a Tau army, it would mostly be because I want to field a few of these. I've no idea of the effectiveness of them, but they look badass, and that's the important bit. So as they say, it's perhaps the most unusual of its kin, attacking at short range and weathering devastating amounts of incoming fire with an advanced array of sensors and disruptors to misdirect the enemy. In the new cadets, Dal'yth Coast Keels, I couldn't pronounce it there for a second, are incredibly difficult to put down, boasting impressive cover boosted armor saves as well as their inherent evasiveness. So they've done an improvement from the index to the codex. Again, I'm really liking the way they've done this. This is one of those things that's really stuck out to me about these previews for the Tau. Actually having a comparison between the index values and the codex values. I think that's a nice way to go about things. So, in the index, Ghost Keel Electro Warfare Suite. Your opponent must subtract 1 from hit rolls for models attacking a Ghost Keel Shaz from more than 12 inches away. I wasn't even going to attempt to pronounce that properly. Are you kidding me? It's better that way anyway. And in the codex, it is the Ghost Keel Electro Warfare Suit. Your opponent must subtract 1 from hit rolls for models attacking this model from more than 6 inches away. So there is a 6-inch change. That's what she said. In the old one, it was more than 12 inches, and in the codex, it is more than 6 inches. So, I mean, that's just an outright buff. Now to complain about there, and like I say, I really do like that comparison there. It's good. That's a good comparison. Actually showing people how things are changing. And the thing is, for that kind of thing, mild tangent, that's good for... I think that's not just good to show Tau players, like, without them having to go back and reference the index that they have. It's also really good for people who do not play that faction. Like, as I've said before, I don't play Tau. I don't have a Tau force. Actually having those comparisons there, as someone who is not in that particular little ecosystem, it's good because you can still see what's been changed. You can still see, like, I guess, progress. And it kind of, I think if you're on the fence about this stuff, if you're on the fence as to whether you want to maybe try giving this latest codex a go, actually having it spelled out for you, and it's like, it was like this, we've done this. I know it's being done from like an informational standpoint, but it's also good because it kind of gives a frame of reference, especially if you get a lot of like information second hand, like I do. You know, with me not playing Tau, and with no one I know playing Tau, I cannot make a judgment call as to whether something is better or worse for Tau. That, like, outright putting it right there, your opponent must subtract 1 from hit rolls for models attacking a ghost kill from more than 12 inches away, and then underneath, it's now 6 inches away. You know, I don't need to have that first-hand frame of reference. It is right there, and I can just see it. I much would have... I think I'd prefer it if they'd have done that for all major changes that they did from Index to Codex. I'd like to see more of it, like in the future, for future Codex releases. You know, I think it's something that should be in all of these. Direct frames of reference for not just the people who are playing the factions, but the people who don't play that faction, but still want to know some of the numbers to get an idea as to what the changes really mean, going from the Index to the Codex. It's a good idea. More of it would be good. Should we get back on topic? That sounds a good idea, doesn't it? Okay, so we have another stratagem, a 1 command point stratagem. Wall of Mirrors, which is Tau Empire, so it's general. The Tau Stealth I always mispronounce that as well. The Tau Stealth lads utilise interwoven obfuscation fields and wideband refraction beams. I knew it. I used the word refractor earlier, therefore I clearly know what I'm about when it comes to Tau. To mask their deadly advance. This process is known as whatever the fuck that is. This process is known as the Wall of Mirrors. Why bother? Why bother even trying to pronounce that? What's the point? Use this stratagem at the start of your movement phase. Pick a Sept XV25 Stealth Battlesuits unit from your army that is within 6 inches of a Sept XV95 Ghost Kill Battlesuit from your army. You may immediately remove the Stealth Battlesuits unit from the battlefield and set up again anywhere within 12 inches of that Ghost Kill Battlesuit and no more than 9 inches from any enemy models. Note that this does not count as falling back if the Stealth Battlesuits unit was within 1 inch of an enemy unit when it was removed. Again, I quite like that. It's a little bit cheeky, it's a little bit stealthy, being able to take some lads away from imminent charge and dump them a bit further over, maybe like hide them behind the presumably a lot more resilient Ghost Kill. Yeah, I quite like that. We also have, and this is, I just realised that I've gone into a state of shock. Direct mentions of Vespid Stingwings and Kroot. Direct reference, a picture, no less, of our green friends there. Good lord, I thought they'd forgotten they existed, but no, they're right there. Look at that. Look at that. Man. I now can't remember whether I used to like the look of Kroot or not. Anyway, as they point out, Tau Empire employs a range of alien auxiliaries you can add to your army, helping fill in a range of battlefield roles. Kroot, for example, are highly cost-effective infantry, and Vespids make for excellent harassment units. The context of excellent harassment units when it comes to Tau is kind of funny to me, because surely a significant portion of the Tau stuff is like harassment in some way, shape or form. I mean, being able to jump in, fire, jump out, all of that, it's fairly harassy, but which is exactly what the Vespids do, actually. I'm starting to see why no one uses Vespids. It's almost like Tau have got their own flying stuff that they can use for that kind of thing. Funny that, or at least jump, maybe not fly, maybe jump infantry instead, but you get what I mean. So, there is an actual thing here, a warlord trait, a thing to support Kroot and Vespid. Gunship Diplomat, this warlord is held in the highest favour by the Tau's alien auxiliaries. Whilst within 12 inches of your warlord, friendly Kroot and Vespid units gain the For the Greater Good ability. They got some love. They got a little bit of love. I like it. poor old crew. They don't get a look in anymore. They need to get, they deserve a bit more. They've been around since the start. They should get a bit more respect, a bit more care and attention. The poor lads. And whether they still will or not is I was going to say anyone's guess. I suspect it's not anyone's guess. I will be, frankly, surprised if, with the release of the Codex, we see more in the way of people utilising Kroot and Vespids. I just never see them. I just never, ever see them. Which is, I think, genuinely a bit of a shame. But to be honest, if you've got more cost-effective stuff that does a better job, you're not going to use that, especially not in like in a competitive setting. But I guess it's nice to see them get something. As far as I know, aren't the Vespid Stingwings still failcast, or am I misremembering that? Anyway, so the Dal'yth stuff looks pretty good. I do like that. I do like most of what they've got here. I like, admittedly, the stratagem is Tau Empire in general. It's not Dal'yth, but I like their tenet because it's a bit funky. It's a bit stealthy whilst also not being stealthy. It's like enforced stealth, which I quite like. Obviously they changed the Ghost Keel in that respect. The Electro Warfare suit. I know I've pronounced it differently every single time. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I like that. Just an all-round improvement is never anything to complain about, I don't think. And yeah, Wall of Mirrors looks pretty good. And the crew got thrown a bone. What's not to like? Anyway, what do you reckon of this stuff? Do you like the tenet? Do you think it's decent? Are you excited about the change to Ghost Keels? Are you going to end up buying an entire crew army? You're not going to do that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, thank you very much for watching. In the meantime, you can click the videos right here. There's a Patreon subscription, all of that shit. You know the drill by now. I will see you for the next one. Toodaloo.